Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors and blessings to the apostle elders of GMS, and salutations to the Akim that's having their lives across the world, pushing this truth. Shalom, my name is Aina. I'm with GMS Detroit Bar Camp, and I'm just going in on this Felicity Hoffman case that just went down. This Edomite actor, she received 14 days, 2 weeks prison sentence, federal time for bribery. Now, I maybe I'm mistaken or something like this, but I ain't never seen anybody get such a short term dealing with the feds. But the scriptures say they are not trouble as other men, and that's why I'm gonna name this video, because this system is not set up for us, the so-called children of Israel, the so-called Afro-Americans, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. This is not your system. This is not these laws is not made up for us to be dealt fairly among us. And I'm gonna just grab a couple of scriptures, to prove it. But, I'm gonna just go into a little of this right here, this thing, and then I'm gonna just come with some scriptures. News of actor Felicity Hoffman system sentenced for 14 days in prison on Friday prompted many on social media to compare her sentence to Crystal Mason, of a Texas woman who faced 5 years in prison for casting a provisional ballot. Hoffman was accused of paying $15,000 to raise her daughter's stat score. She ultimately pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud. Prosecutors have commended a 1 month sentence. Hoffman also had to pay $30,000 and do 250 hours of community service. Mason was convicted of illegally voting, casting a provision ballot. This is the NB. While on supervised release for a federal felony, said she didn't know she was ineligible to vote, even though the ballot was rejected. A Tarrant County District Attorney Sharon Wilson still brought the charges against her, successfully convicted a judge that Mason was guilty of illegally voting during the sentence phase of her trial. And Judge Schmidt and prosecutor in her case highlighted Mason's previous criminal record and said that it was clear that Mason had no regard for the law. And when she was charged with illegally voting, Mason had gone back to school and gotten a job and pledged to her children that she would never go back to prison again. Well, she had news for that, because, she going back. And Mason appealing her sentence Friday. Hoffman's sentence is underscore how fair the punishment she was got. And I don't wish for anyone but a 14-day sentence for actual serious fraud. Shows how unfair my sentence is, and my hope is that justice will see that, and under the law I should have been convicted. I shouldn't have been convicted in the first place, she said in the statement. Now, I had looked up what is the penalty for bribery under federal conditions, and the penalties for bribery of a public official includes a fine up to 3 times the value of the bribe and punishment up to 15 years in a federal penitentiary. Conviction can also qualified the individual from holding an office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. And now, bribery, you can get all the way up to 15 years. She got motherfucking 2 fucking weeks, fed time and a year probation. Man, the scriptures say they are not trouble as other men. Let's grab that scripture. This is Psalms 73:5. They are not trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And man, this system is rigged for a harsher jail terms for people of color. But as long as you're so-called white person, you get these light little sentences on your slaps on your wrist. This system is rigged. If it was a Jake, he would get the whole 15 years for bribery. It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be oh, you a travesty, you's a thug, you's a all kind of shit. But it's a white woman. It would have been a white guy. He still would have got a lighter sentence than this. Than the 15 years. But it was a Jake. I bet you that if it was a Jake dealing with the same type of situation this was, I bet you that Jake will get 15 years. No leniency from the law. And man, it's just crazy how this justice system, this injustice system is. How wicked and uneven this justice system is towards people of color. And I got one last scripture I want to come out with. Because y'all lawmakers, hey, y'all gonna, y'all judges and y'all lawmakers, y'all lawyers, and all y'all motherfuckers in the justice system, hey, the Most High is gonna visit your ass because, hey, those laws that y'all made for y'all and to put my people under bondage. Hey, it's going to come back and haunt you, man, because you reap what you sow. And this is Isaiah 1:10. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And this is that right grievous which they have prescribed. And man, this is crazy. Hey, to give a woman 5 years, give a person 5 years that didn't know that they didn't commit a crime, and then give somebody that blatantly knew that they committed a crime, they committed bribery, 4 weeks, 14 days in prison, and then a month probation. I ain't knew federal. I didn't know you could get probation with fed time. I thought you had to do every day, every minute, every hour of fed time behind bars. I never knew it was a probation system for fed time, for federal convictions. This shit is new for me. I never knew that you could get probation during fed time. That's madness. That was never an option to my understanding. When you do fair time, you do the whole thing. You don't do you do the whole thing. You do the whole bit. There's no such thing as good time. You do the whole minute, second, and the hour. And man. Now, so let me read this again. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that right grievous which they have prescribed. And this is pretty much a curse unto you, you lawmakers, you senators, you governors, you politicians, and you judges, and you lawyers. Because hey man, this man, hey, man, this is not justice, and this is not equal justice. And turn the side of the needy from judgment, and take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And, man, you turn the she don't have no money, so she can't buy no high price lawyer. So give her Felicity Hoffman 2 weeks of jail sentence. God, Lee, and she probably go to where Martha Stewart was at what's that, Camp Cupcake? You know, some bullshit. You know, man, I ain't never ever in my life seen shit like this keep going over and over again. But you know what? I wasn't really paying attention to it until I came in the truth, man. Because you know, hey, when you come in the truth, man, you the truth wakes you up to a lot of shit that's wrong in this world, and this is one of the things that's wrong in this world. This criminal justice system, and the criminal justice system is just built up to enslave and incarcerate the so-called people of color, and just get the so-called Edomites, the so-called white people, slaps on the wrist. You know, they don't lock they own up until they can't manage them no more. Where you know, when truly, you know, he's a devil. You know, when the white guy is like a Jason or a Michael Myers or some shit, like, what's that motherfucker? What's that motherfucking name? I can't think of his name right now. That guy that killed Sharon Tate. What's that guy name? I can't think of his name to save my life. Charles Manson. You know, Charles Manson type. But long as he, you know, you got some money and you're white, hey, slap on the wrist. You know, instead of years, you get days. That's crazy. And man, and hey, and what will you do in the day of visitation and in desolation, which shall come from afar? To whom will ye flee for help? And where shall you leave your glory? So, hey, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai shortly returns, what y'all so-called, you know, senators, presidents, councilmen, congressmen, judges, lawyers, prosecuting attorneys, all y'all, what y'all gonna do when the day when the Lord returns? You know, we got one lady that's running for president, and what's that, Camilla, and she was hiding shit that you know, holding back shit that could have easily got these people off. Instead of, you know, trying the case from the evidence, she was withholding evidence so she could get people locked up. And this bitch running for president. So, you know, you know, a lot of y'all got shit y'all gotta pay for. And hey, the Most High is gonna visit y'all real soon. So, you know, with that said, I hope this video was edifying and opened up some of your eyes. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rikak Kadash. Double honors and blessings to the apostle elders of GMS that taught me this truth, and Shalom to the Akin that teaches this truth with sincerity. And I can't wait for the end of this kingdom, Hey, when it be true, justice done, according to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. So Shalom and a ball.